Second try.
Beautiful try for the UK Armed Forces.
Now the power, and it's another try.
The International Defence Rugby Competition, the IDRC, is back from Japan 4 years ago to here in lovely Brittany in France. And we've got 12 teams vying for position to see who can be the champions for 2023. Well, for the UK Armed Forces, they're hoping to make it third time lucky after, of course, twice being in the final back in 2015, and they were beaten by Fiji on home soil, and then 4 years ago in Tokyo when Fiji again were triumphant. They're likely to be the favourites again this time. But before we get to that level, of course, we then have the pool matches to think about. And today, UK Armed Forces in their very first pool game up against the Tongans here in this lovely stadium in Fourvière. Well, the Tongans, of course, are a bit of an unknown quantity, but over the last few days since arrival here in France, the UK Armed Forces team have been busy preparing for all eventualities. Yesterday, we had the presentation of the shirts, the jerseys, for the players who've been selected to take part today, presented to them by the former chairman of Army Rugby Union, that's General Jez Bennett, and he was there to see over the presentation of the shirts and wish the boys well. They've had loads, of course, of great well-wishing messages, which we hope to be bringing you a bit later on today. Also, of course, they had yesterday the final training session, the captain's run, which was certainly a chance for them to improve on their techniques and maybe just sort of catch up a little bit on bits that have been a bit rusty over the last few weeks as they've been busy preparing. Well, let's hear now, shall we, from head coach Justin Coleman and, first of all, vice captain Owen Davis.
It's gone quite well. A few teething issues, as there always is when you arrive on tour. But I mean, the boys are ready now. A good team run today, and we're set ready for tomorrow.
Set ready for the big one, of course. And you know, I'm sure you're a bit like coiled springs, aren't you? You know, you've been training for quite a few weeks now. Of course, you had the training camp in Portsmouth, but now is the business end. Now is when it all starts to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said, the boys are eager to go, eager to get started. We've started off quite slow, but we're finishing strong, and we are ready to hit the ground running tomorrow.
I mean, always difficult against an unknown quantity, and Tonga are very much an unknown quantity in terms of the team, but you know the sort of game you're going to get because it'll be similar to the way the Fijians play. Yeah,
exactly. We're expecting strong, fierce boys opposition to come against. We know they're going to be strong up front. We know they're going to be big boys. Well, I mean, we've got a bunch of big boys ourselves, and yeah, we are definitely planning for what comes ahead.
And obviously, you've got then the two games to follow against Georgia and Spain, but really important if you can to get off to a winning start in this pool.
Yeah, definitely. This is probably going to be the hardest game of the pool, and we are definitely expecting that. We're not currently thinking about any further games as of yet. Tomorrow's our mission, and tomorrow we'll hopefully get the outcome, and we won't have to think about anyone else till after that.
Well, listen, I know that it's going to be tough, but I'm sure the lads are going to enjoy it as well. You're here to enjoy a fantastic tournament.
Oh yeah, can't wait. We're glad we're here. Slow prep, good prep, strong prep, it's all good. Ready to go.
Yeah, it's the same. There's a lot of uncertainty at the minute in terms of referees, locations, pitches, travel arrangements, but we've just got to control what we can control, really. We're expecting a big physical game, some good offloading skills from the Tongans, and hopefully our structure and fitness will tell in the second half.
You mentioned expectation there. There's obviously expectation, I'm sure, amongst the boys as much as anyone else, that you're going to go all the way in this tournament. But nevertheless, that always adds a little bit of extra pressure, doesn't it, when you come in there as being amongst the favourites?
Yeah, we try to take that away from them, really. There's lots of talk about the semi-finals and the finals, but we just want to take each game at a time. Everything's about Saturday and Tonga. So depending on how we get on today, dictates everything else. So we can't look too far ahead. It's each day as it comes, each session as it comes, each game as it comes. So I'm sure we'll learn a lot today against the Tongans, and then we'll review, analyse tomorrow, and then try and fix what we need to fix in on the day after.
Do you think this will be the toughest of your pool matches?
Like I said, who knows? I think today, with a lot of games going on, should give us a good idea. We can start looking at the opposition and what kind of shape and structure and set piece they've got, what players they've got individually, and then we should have a better idea at the close of play today who the contenders are, I'd imagine.
Well, time now for the action to start. And leading our commentary team here in Fougères, let's say hello to Simon Hunter.
A very warm welcome to every one of you joining us. What a treat we have in store for you. Live coverage of the UK Armed Forces against Tonga in their first pool match of this IDRC, the International Defence Rugby Competition here in Fougères, Brittany. Well, it's a very, very special occasion for both the UCAF team and indeed Tonga. They've just walked out onto the pitch. UCAF led, of course, by Captain Dave Manning. A very experienced captain, 9 caps for the UCAF side, was also in Japan in 2019, and head coach Justin Coleman has been saying that there's a blend of youth and experience in the side, so they'll be looking to lean on that as much as they can, obviously wanting to avenge 2019 when they just fell short, losing to Fiji in the final in Japan. So what a day we have in store. Beautiful weather as well. They'll have to combat quite humid conditions, very, very sunny indeed as well. And it's also a warm welcome to, on co-commentary, we've a brilliant guy beside us, missing out unluckily today with injury, Solidrao Radianarova, who we'll introduce shortly. But firstly, we're just going to head to the national anthems in just a minute or two. The official today is Scipio Thomas, the referee. He's assisted by 2 Antoines, actually, assistant referees, and also the 4th official, Corporal Timou, as well, of France. So some local dignitaries heading out to meet the players, one from each of UCAF and Tonga as well. There's a French dignitary and one from the competition as well, IDRC. So it's, yes, it's a warm welcome, as I say, Robo, to our coverage. Solidrao Radianarova, who's joining us. Slight hamstring strain, isn't it, which has forced you out of today's game?
Yeah, it wasn't unlucky.
Very unlucky. So more of a precautionary thing, is it? Yeah, so you just felt the tightness. Yeah, obviously, I suppose the medical staff are wanting to keep you good for later games, right?
For the later game, because it's long tournament.
Yeah. And what do the players have to keep in mind? I'm sure they're just wanting to, itching to get going, really. All the talks over the practice and the preparation are done. What's the important thing today? Because I'm sure there will be some nerves.
Yeah, it's normal to be nervous, but as I say, you just have to soak it in and then keep on going.
Yeah, and what's training camp been like? I'm sure, it's obviously such an honour to be playing for UK Armed Forces. So many players who have so much single service history and single service time. We think of the Army-Navy game, for example, at Twickenham during the season. What's it like when all the players come together? Is that a bit of a challenge for them?
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge for all the players from 3 different services to come together as a one. And and I say you're so fortunate to join a team in a Rugby World Cup like this, and for me to be supposed to be play on my debut today, and I was unlucky because of hamstring.
Unlucky, but it could be worse, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's better to take that time out now and hopefully get better for the forthcoming games. There's Georgia on Wednesday, and of course Spain next weekend, right? Yeah. And what's it been like in camp? I'm sure on a day like today, all the preparation has been done, the analysis, what you might need to do against Tonga. What do the guys get up to? Is it just a case of making sure you're relaxed beforehand?
Yeah, it's all about how you relax just before the game, and then just do the game plan that you have been learned throughout the week.
Yeah, no, of course. And conditions-wise, some of the players have been saying, of course, it's just getting used to the humidity is one thing.
Yeah.
But you've had time, haven't you? You've been here. You've been in playing in various pitches as part of training camp. What's it been like to get used to the heat?
Yeah, the boys have been. We've been here for a couple of days, and then we have been. I think the boys have adapted to the humid as well.
Yeah, no, of course. And what do you expect from Tonga? A lot of people say, well, Tonga, they're a very physical side. But what's been said in the lead up to this game about the opposition?
Yeah, we know that Tonga will come out on this tournament physically they'll be, and then hopefully they play the whole 80 minutes, and the boys will have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully we've got plenty of people watching in Tonga as well. And do, of course, wherever you may be watching, do, of course, let us know on our YouTube channel. You can comment on that. Hopefully we get a great geographical spread through the match because it's great. It's wonderful to bring this to you live. UCAF looking to start their campaign in the best possible way. And, of course, go one better, I suppose, than 2019 when they just fell short. Fougères is today's venue. We are seeing games right across Brittany. The IDRC is hosting games everywhere, really, across that region. We also have matches in Brest next week. That's UCAF v Georgia. And next weekend, their match against Spain is in Molesse. So there's quite a variety of different conditions to get used to. And I think I guess Rabu, the selection is rather tricky as well. We talk about that single service experience, but how do you pick a side full of guys who all star for their single services? How difficult is that?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be difficult with the coaches and the management to pick a team from here. Because for me, I can see loads of experienced players out there.
Yeah.
And then the question is, how do they manage to pick a team from 3 different services with experience?
Absolutely. Or maybe it works well. Maybe if you're thinking about rotation, you're obviously going to have, I imagine, players down the line for subsequent games feeling a little bit of a strain or a stretch, as you unfortunately did. Yeah. So maybe it helps just to have that big squad there and all absolute stars of the game for the military, right? Yeah, so we've just had the players meeting the dignitaries. It's probably at this moment that it really sinks in for them. They're here. They've obviously been playing for a few days in camp and getting used to everything and going through their various patterns of play. But it probably is about now when the national anthems are about to be sung that the players really can think of getting going, and I'm sure they're really wanting to get started. And here we are, we're just about to have the national anthems.
Pour respecter
and
la
Tonga.
fraternité d'armes de tous les soldats participants et observant le match, veuillez, mesdames, messieurs, respecter 1 minute de silence pour le décès du sergent Baptiste Gauchot du 19e régiment du génie, décédé cette nuit. Merci beaucoup. Nous allons enchaîner bien évidemment, mesdames et messieurs, avec les hymnes nationaux. Ladies and gentlemen, national anthem, en commençant bien sûr par l'équipe qui sera au tableau visiteur ce jour, l'équipe du Royaume-Uni. Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, Royaume-Uni, national anthem. L'hymne national du Togo, Togo National Anthem.
Starting with the UCAF side for today. They're led by Flying Officer Dave Manning, who captains them. 9 caps, plenty of experience. He's joined in the front row by Sai Laudola and Ben Watson as well. In the second row, Alex Hayton has Viliame Kotubalavu for company, and the back row sees Kieran Forbes, Matt Dawson and Mana Kakao join each other there. Halfbacks today, Jay Toogood and Owain Davis. Ryan Crowley and Jerome Rudder are on the wings. Stefan Rees and Mark Williams, late replacement for Solotra Red and Rova, are in midfield, and Will Reeve completes the side at full-back. We've got the haka coming up, the Tongan haka, which is a real treat for everyone watching, I think, including the UCAF side, who are lining up just ahead of them there, awaiting the famous dance. and Legamisi Toa, the vice-captain as well, who joins him in the back row at number 8. So UCAF have won the toss, and they'll be kicking to Tonga. It shouldn't make a huge amount of difference, you might expect. And there's not too much wind. Very pleasant day. Very warm day as well. And Solidrao Radianarova, how are the nerves just ahead of kickoff? How will the players be feeling?
Yeah, no, it's normal to be nervous, but as I say, you have to soak it in and then get on with it.
Especially in the first game of a big tournament,
first game of the tournament as well.
Yeah. What was that haka like for you, eh? Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic.
Just adds to the adrenaline, I guess. All the players.
Yeah, brings a lot of goosebumps as well from...
Brings the best out of both sides, you might imagine.
Yeah.
So vice-captain for UCAF, Wayne Davis, just about to get us underway with his left boot from the halfway line. And they're off. UCAF in hot pursuit. And they recover the ball. Jake too good to get it out. Kodabalavu out to Kakao on this left-hand side of the pitch. Going through the forwards. It's tight head prop Ben Watson there. And shipped it out to the fly half. Getting it through the backs. It's Reese. Out to Williams. Ooh, taken well there. UCAF going through the numbers here. Alex Hayton, second row, takes us up the middle. And they switch to the right-hand side. Inside centre, Stefan Reese there, taking a huge hit.
That was a huge hit.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. That's one he'll feel in the morning. And they ship it out again, looking to get those numbers wide. And they've just... Now they've recovered it again. Kakao, number 8. And it's chipped through. Ryan Crowley in hot pursuit. And Tonga... No, we go back. We're just checking. The Tongans may have picked up a little bit of a knock there. Getting some consolation from outside centre, Randy Topola. But yeah, Solidrao, I mean, from what you've seen so far, it's they're trying to get it wide, UCAF, aren't they? They're trying to go through the numbers, play a relatively quick game, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to do their set piece there with the first. But they're doing well on the first start as well. Yeah. Good kick-off recover.
Looks as if they're going to take a kick at goal. It's penalty to UCAF. So Davis shapes up. Yeah, and important not to try and play too quickly. I suppose if you've got that nervous energy, the temptation is to get out there and to really get going quickly, but important not to do it too quickly so you knock the ball on or force some errors, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so UCAF looking to get on the scoreboard, be the first ones on the scoreboard here. How important is it to take the points when they come, especially early on when you're looking to get that advantage?
Especially on this game, like the first game of the tournament, and yeah, you have to score points first.
Well, we joined him in their training camp the other day, and I was chatting to Wayne Davis and asking him if we could film a bit of the place kicking, and I think he quite liked that, actually. Yeah. Got a close up of the ball, and, you know, he's been practicing hard.
I think first points as well.
It's just gone wide. Just gone wide, so it stays at 0-0.
Unlucky.
Just pulled it a touch there. Off the boot. Tonga have the chance to kick from their 22. UCAF won't mind that too much to get the ball back in hand. It's taken well by Kakao, and using plenty of his strength there to try and barge through a few defenders. And it goes out again. Just fumbled there by Davis, fly half. And Tonga now the opportunity to try and get through the gain line and try and get some momentum going, really. It's been all UCAF so far. Oh, that's well taken at the back. That's a good catch. And a penalty to UCAF. Nope, the Tongan players were not 10 metres there, so they'll have to go back. And UCAF will get further yardage metres up the pitch as a result. Take the penalty. And they're over halfway with the kick into touch there. With the hot conditions, Solidrao, is it maybe another thing to consider, the fact there might be sweaty palms out there? We think of open running rugby in these sorts of dry days, but maybe it's not so easy to take the ball at speed. As we see them look to move it through the hands again, UCAF. And Reeve has it, out to Williams, who darts back inside. Dancing feet there. Was that a high challenge?
Looks like a high tackle.
Yeah, there's an advantage there. Advantage there to UCAF. And Reeve with the ball. Kicks it down deep into... No, we're coming back for the penalty. Just a word on the official Solidrao. How important is it for them to get the players maintaining their discipline on the pitch, especially when there's so much adrenaline going around and so much excitement?
Yes, it's very important as well, because you can't afford to go 14 men for 10 minutes in this humid.
No, that's true. And UCAF are now deep into the opposition. 22 with a line out.
Good touch finder there.
It was a good touch finder indeed from Davis. So Sai Laudola, the hooker, to throw in. An opportunity to see the UCAF line out. And things they've been practicing all week. Just taken there by the Tongans, so UCAF spilled it. And ref playing advantage to Tonga, who look to clear their lines and do so. UCAF with the throw.
That was a good clear from the Tongans as well.
It was. Getting themselves out of danger. And UCAF take it this time. Too good. Out to Davis in midfield. And they run it through. Oh, it's well taken by Williams. Out to Rudder on the right wing. Just getting into Tongan 22 there. And it comes out again. And good hands. And it's moved out down the blind side with Rudder. Ooh, there's another big hit. And here it comes again. That's Matt Dawson. And they're... Have they got it? Have they... And they move again. And it looks... Yes, score there. Kieran Forbes gets the first score of the game. And UCAF will be delighted about that, Solidrao.
That was a good offload as well from Dawson.
Yeah, nice hands there from the forwards as well. Yes. Getting on the score sheet. It's 5-0 to UCAF. As Davis lines up the kick for the conversion to take it to 7 if he gets it through. But yeah, the culmination there of good hands, good pressure, deep in the opposition territory.
Good offload from Dawson to Manning, and then leads up to the try there.
Absolutely. The players just taking a bit of a drink in the lovely hot weather we're having. So important to come away with points there when you've got that territory and you've got that possession deep in the opposition half. It's great then for the UCAV players to be 7-0 up now. It's one of those frustrating things if you come away without scoring.
Yeah.
And Davis made it 7-0 to UCAV, and just under 10 minutes played so far.
It's good to score points first, just build the confidence of players as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And Tonga to restart. A little bit of the Tonga number 8 pulling the touch judge back there. There's a little bit of tension. But touch judge.
A little bit of dragging there from the
yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's not the sort of thing you usually see, is it? Tonga with the throw. Nope, referee has blown it up. Get Rusty Arrows listening in from Dorset. Do let us know, as I say, where you're listening in from, wherever it may be around the world. Joining us for our live coverage today. Tonga with plenty of movement there in the driving maul, trying to push it forward as they get into UCAF's, almost get into UCAF's 22, and they ship it wide now. Chance for them to show what they can do, moving out wide. Picked up by Uenisi Fiao, vice captain, on the left-hand side. And it goes back to UCAF, who just looking to avoid staying around their 22 for too long. That's a good boot.
Good nudge there.
That's a good kick. Crowley looking to follow up with what would have been a very, very good take. And it comes back to Reeve on the right-hand side, 15. Moving it infield. Oh, that's another fierce tackle.
Good hit as well.
The fly half, Sivenia Mahuinga. It's just a little unfortunate. It went out in the full, so it'll go back to the point of contact for that kick. Still 7-0 to UCAF. Cyprus glamping domes rooting for UCAF from Cyprus as well. It's so good to have so many of you listening in and watching. Tonga's line out just near the 10-meter line, and it comes back cleanly and move it out to midfield. Nikolasi Tuivai in midfield. Will Reeve takes it. Oh, and he's got Williams on the outside. Can he follow it up? Tonga will just take it in. They're looking to follow up with that tackle, but now a chance to counter for Tonga. And good defence there from the hooker, Adola. And a penalty. Penalty for UCAF. Good bit of pressure there on the counter-attack. Well, first 15 minutes, what have you made so far of the action, Solidrow?
Good physicality from both sides there. Tongan shows a little bit of physicality as well.
Yeah, and UCAF are going to take a pop-up goal, it seems, that penalty. Wayne Davis looking to make it. No, they're not. They're going for the corner. And try and exert some pressure down near the try line. Get another try. That's a good kick from Davis. And players come down, taking in taking a breath, really. It's scintillating first 15 minutes. And Abdullah with the throw. Oh, they've just lost it. Tonga have stolen that one as they try and run it from their own try line. And UCAF looking to exert some defensive pressure if they can to wrestle that one back. And it's cleared by Samisi Maululu. But Ryan Crowley takes it and hands it over to fullback Will Reeve. Shaping up for the switch with Rudder, but instead keeps going. It's very physical. More big hits coming in. And they move it wide. Go through the shapes. It's Crowley. Can he get it to Kakao into the corner? Just out of the reach of blindside flanker Kieran Forbes there. Almost in for his second.
Unlucky.
That would have been some start for him. 2 tries in the first 15 minutes. But not to be. Bula from Fiji is watching on. 4:15 a.m. Sunday morning. Well, fair play. That is effort, isn't it? 4:15 in the morning. Maybe with the slippers on. No.
Rugby crazy.
Yeah. It's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few people actually rooting for UCAF from Fiji. Well, it's great to have you joining us.
I think it's the same time back in Tonga as well.
Yeah, very early morning in Tonga. No doubt we have some listening there as well. Hope you're enjoying our coverage so far. They're just setting up here for the scrum. And UCAF have the put in. It's a very good position here close to the try line. And set. Too good with the put in. And pressure there. Kakao comes around the side. Can he get there? And they ship it wide. Out goes to Davis. And Crowley. Reese. And Reese inside. And out it goes again. Surely in now for UCAF. Yes. Second try.
He goes
fantastic
for
score there. Forbes again.
Forbes again.
Yeah. Could have had a hat-trick by now if it weren't for that a minute ago. But yeah, wonderful from him so far. And 12-0 to UCAF, Solidrao. It's they're piling on the points and the pressure too.
Yeah. As I say, yeah, it's in this kind of game, it's very important to score the first points and then it's build up confidence.
Absolutely. People talk about the right to try and play expansively. I guess when you've built up 12 points and hoping to make it 14, then you can play it maybe a little bit more expansively.
Yeah.
Good crowd in, and vociferous crowd. Plenty of energy around here in Fougères. Great to see. And both sides of the pitch. Also building on that hype for the Rugby World Cup in France, which is next month. So plenty of locals here.
It's a good turn-up from the Tongan supporters as well.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, quite a few flags to see there.
Yeah, I can see.
And Davis with the kick. Can he make it 14? And he does. The kick's good. Conversion goes through the posts. 14-0. Just under 18 minutes played. UCAF lead 14 points to 0. Andrew Sharp says, I'm a future US Navy sailor and I'm rooting for the UK. International support.
Fair one.
Well, thanks, Andrew, for listening in. Nick Dermott watching from Kent. Not as exotic, but still, it's still international to this game. Tonga with kick off, looking to, with the restart, looking to try and get down into UCAF territory if they can, exert some pressure, but the kick looks good.
Oh, that's a good.
They've cleared it well, haven't they?
Nudge as well.
Yeah, plenty of distance on that kick, which puts the pressure right back on Tonga at 14-0 down. And the kick. And up and under here from Tonga. Reeve collects and looks to put that down in the corner, but it's taken in rather easily by Samisi Maululu. Goes back to Williams, outside centre. Out to Crowley. Oh, and Crowley dances past a few defenders. Can Crowley keep going? Ah, just pulled down, just outside the Tongan 22. But Kakao has it, and UCAF looking to keep pushing. No, knock on there.
There was a good break as well.
That was an exciting break there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a few holes just starting to open up in the Tongan defence at the moment.
Exactly.
But never count them out. Dangerous in the counter-attack, eh?
Yeah.
But saying that, UCAF will be fairly pleased with the start. Just over a quarter of the game gone. 14-0 up. They want to, of course, start strongly in this competition. And they were under no illusion as to how difficult today's game was going to be. A very physical challenge, the Tongans. And Tonga with the put into the scrum. After that, UCAF knock-on. And Toa, the vice-captain, round the side. Tonga playing very close to the touch line. Tongan penalty. I think not clearing away. How much distance can they get on this kick downfield? Well, a fair bit is the answer, isn't that right?
That was a good kick.
Now, what can they do, Tonga, as they approach the UCAF 22 and try and make a dent in that score? It's Michael Villa, the hooker, with the throw. And UCAF, they look to have stolen it, but the ball just went forward there. Off the hand of Dave Manning, it seems. So it'll be a Tongan scrum. Looks as if the ball might be a little slippery, just with sweaty palms out there, Solodrao, in the heat. But sunny and dry conditions, hopefully more of that running style to continue instead of what you sometimes get when it's very damp, that greasy pitch, hard to keep your footing. Tonga with the put in. And round the back. And UCAF now. The chance to reverse some of that pressure the Tongans were trying to exert. The backs, UCAF backs wait patiently and eagerly as Jay Toogood gets ready for the put in. Nope, going to reset. As a back, Solodrao, how tricky is it sometimes to know what's going on in there in the scrum, the rucks, the mauls, the forwards?
I think the forwards hate when you drop a lot of balls and they do a lot of scrums. Yeah.
Yes. They don't thank you for it, do they?
No.
Williams out midfield to Crowley. Bit of pace there. Reeve to Rudder on the right. And he makes plenty of ground there. Rudder just pulled up outside the Tongan 22. Oh, and Kakao up the middle. Oh. And offloads it just into Tongan hands. It's number 2 there for Tonga, Michael Villa with the interception. But the ref goes back.
It's also important to keep the ball in possession in this kind of game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, well, any of that initial advantage you have from the score, you don't want to give it back. Well, it's been lovely to see the impact of a lot of good luck messages, Solidrao, from so many former rugby stars, the likes of Shane Williams, former Wales and Lions international. You've got Alex Good of Saracens, Kevin Sinfield, England defence coach at the moment as well. How nice is that for you guys as a squad to see, and how much of a lift does it give you?
Oh, for the squads to see these...
yeah, the good luck messages, yeah, they've been coming in thick and fast, haven't they?
Yes. Boost the morale of the boys as well for the tournament.
It's a nice thing, yeah. Now the driving maul from UCAF, taken in at the line out. Can they push to the try line?
Yeah.
And they've done it again. Yes, yeah, another try for UCAF. It's a very successful driving maul from the line out.
Sai Laudola from
Hannes Laudola, yes.
Wusania in Nandi.
Ah, indeed, yes. Yes, the hooker, Sai Laudola, with that score. 19-0 to UCAF, and Davis, of course, with the conversion to come to make it 21. Danny McKenzie listening in from Poland. Hi to you, Danny, as well. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, keep those messages coming and those comments. As Owain Davis lines up the conversion attempt with his left boot. And up it goes, and it looks just to, he's pushed it slightly wide, just wide there. So the score stays at 19-0, and just under 27 minutes played here in Fougères. And of course, a nice moment the other day, shirt presentation, Major General Jez Bennett, a man with many links to military sport, military rugby. That I'm sure was a boost as well. How special a moment was that to get your shirt from him?
Special as well, and we were so fortunate to have him there.
Of course, yeah.
And I think he might be watching somewhere in the stands as well.
I believe so, yes. Yeah, wonderful to have him here too. It's Reese with the clearance. It does find touch, but they've played it back in, Tonga. And looked to have knocked it on there. Yeah.
He was just unlucky there.
Yeah. But put it into the scrum for UCAF again. Just around the 10-metre line in the Tongan half of the pitch.
Minutes to go on this first half.
So what is it then? Consolidation? Keep the points, or you have to keep pushing, right?
You have to
There's more tries out there.
Keep pushing.
Yeah, more tries out there.
Because 40 minutes is a very long time as well.
Oh, it sure is.
Things can happen.
Yes. Scrums can take quite a while to set these days. There's quite a lot going on, but too good with the put in, and it comes out the back and gets ready to get it to Reese in midfield. Right out to Williams, to Rudder, and Rudder steps past a few, and Crowley on the outside, and dancing feet there of Crowley, just moving back infield from the touchline. And Tonga have the penalty. So it was holding on. Nope. UCAF not 10, so they'll go back again. And Tonga took that tap very quickly. UCAF weren't quite 10 meters as they need to be for penalties.
That was a good carry from Wright as well.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? He saw the space, moved a little outside, tried to get Crowley out there.
Good move, execution as well.
And with Tonga have just put it into touch just close to the halfway line. Players certainly feeling the heat out there. And UCAF have stolen that one. And back in UCAF hands. And Manning took a we have got fantastic pressure from UCAF. Kotobalavi with that carry. No. Is that a card? The ref talking to the skipper. Yeah, it's a yellow card. So Tonga will be down to 14 men for the next 10 minutes. That'll take us up to about half-time. And a fantastic carry there from Viliame Kotobalavi, wasn't it?
That's the blindside flank, I think.
Yep. Save Tonga. And speaking of Viliame Kotobalavi, he's got a shout out here from M. Come on, UCAF. Watching from Fiji, let's go, Viliame. Well, that was some carry up the middle, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was a good carry as well.
Not just the backs, the forwards too, finding a bit of space in midfield. As the ref looks to Ward Tonga that put into the scrum. Once again, as with most of the play in this half, very close to the Tongan own try line. And what will they do? Will they look to clear, or will they look to maybe go blind, ship it out there on the open side? Oh, a huge scrum there from UCAF. What a push. Fantastic work there from the UCAF pack. And they've earned themselves the penalty. This could be another score here, Solidrao.
I think so.
Yeah, it could be another one. Looking that way anyway. Put as much pressure on as they can with the pack. Well, it's obviously extremely difficult for not just the forwards, but the backs whenever you're facing, whenever you can't get ball going forward and quick ball going forward, and you face a pack that's taking you down in the scrums. It's very difficult to defend that.
It's very difficult as well. The off the scrum.
Yep. Well, UCAF with a good position here. Looks like Rudder and Reeve are shaping up. Oh, taking no. Ref calls them back. Cow looking to take that quickly, but not to be. And it's another one there for UCAF. Fantastic work once again.
Manada Kau, the number 8.
Yeah, number 8 there. Fantastic work.
I'm from Bua.
Yeah. Well, what a performance this is turning out to be so far for the UCAF side. They really have turned up in this match and making a fairly big statement at the start of this international defence rugby competition. Can Davis add the 2 points in the conversion? Yes, he can this time. Fantastic there. Once again from UCAF here. 26-0 up. Approaching half-time. Just under 5 minutes to go here. Well, there's been plenty for the crowd to enjoy. We say it's a good atmosphere here. Plenty have turned up to watch the game. They've enjoyed it so far, haven't they?
Yeah, they enjoyed it.
Good quality of rugby. Tonga here with the advantage, it looks like. Vea is up the middle. Yeah, Tongan penalty. Will they go for touch in the corner and try and get a try before half-time, or are they going to go for the points?
I think they're going to go for a point.
I think they've got to get themselves on the scoreboard. Well, former RNRU Director of Rugby, Captain Roger Redwin, watching from San Francisco. Superb coverage on Facebook. So thank you very much, Captain Redwin, for watching with us today. And there's also Captain Mal Roberts, former Army Rugby head coach. Good start to the campaign. And indeed it is, from what we're seeing in this first half so far.
Oh, they go for touch.
They've gone for touch, yeah. Well, they've got to make a bigger dent, I suppose, in the UCAF advantage. So they'll need the 7 points if they're to do that. At the very least 5. And
also important to score points in the first half as well.
Oh, of course. Well, they don't want to be going in at half-time with nothing on the board for them. That's a long, and Cacao has it at the back. UCAF have stolen that one. They've stolen that one, and the forwards line up. Lining up some pods there. And Davis moves it out. Williams with the right boot. It's easily gathered in. A little dink over the top. And just knocked on there from Maululu. But UCAF have it again, and they ship it out wide. Dave Manning, skipper. No, the ref has called them back. And it's UCAF put into the scrum. 10-metre line on the UCAF, in the UCAF half of the pitch, towards the right-hand side of the playing surface.
Yeah, less than 3 minutes left as well in the first half.
Yeah. What are they going to be looking to do here, just with a few minutes left?
I think they just have to keep possession and then go on a half-time with 26 lead.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to want to extend a lead, obviously, with a little bit of time left in the first half, but they don't want to give any opportunity to the Tongans to get back into it, right? Nope. The ref has blown his whistle again. No, it's a bit scrappy again. Well, we're approaching half-time. We've only got seconds left on the clock as we look to reset the scrum. Well, Solidrao, it's been wonderful to have you for the first half. We've got an embarrassment of riches, of course, because some of your teammates will be joining me for the second half, but it's been wonderful to have you, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Simon.
For joining us. It's been great. And Too Good out the back again of the scrum, which is, nope, it's driven up. Cacao with the ball firmly at his right foot, and it's advantage UCAF. And Too Good looks to dance through the space. And it's just fumbled forward there by Cacao. And will that be... Well, we're very close to half-time. And UCAF with kick penalty. Looking to put it into touch up the pitch and see if they can build on that momentum and try and have a pop at getting another try. Well, wouldn't it be sweet to get another one here, Solidrao? Still plenty of work to be done here outside the opposition 22. Laudola with the throw. Well, the ref stops them again. It's been quite stop-start the last 5 minutes or so as we approach the half. And no. Forward. Well, that's half-time. We will very quickly get a quick catch-up with UCAF head coach. 30-second summary there. Justin Coleman, what have you made of things so far? You happy?
Fairly happy with the scoreline, certainly. A lot of missed opportunities for us. We've probably overplayed in their 22, tried a few too many offloads. Line out, we've been pinged a couple of times as well, so something to fix. But certainly happy with the bonus point before half-time, and the scrum's going really well as well. So hopefully we can keep the energy high second half and put a few more points on the board, but more importantly keep them down on zero, because every point's going to count as we go into the end of the group stages.
Absolutely. And very quickly, what will you be saying at half-time to the boys? It's obviously very pleasing to be 26-0 up.
They'll be getting a lot of praise, but again we need to focus on some of the inaccuracies, certainly with the offloads and some of the points we've left behind. But defensively we've been really good. Set piece, we just need to tweak that line out, probably simplify it a little bit more and not overplay.
Brilliant. Well, Justin Coleman, good luck in the second half. Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
At half-time, it's UCAF 26, Tonga 0. We'll bring you the second half shortly, but first, here's a look at more Forces Sport action, starting with try-lights from UCAF players in the past IDRC competition and single service players before that.
Hello, I'm Suzanne Chislett and this is In Case You Missed It. Heartbreak for the British Army as the Women's Rugby League side go out of the Super League South at the semi-final stage for the second year running. They slipped to a 22-12 defeat to London Broncos in a tight game decided by a late flurry of tries. They'll now focus on the inter-services, which begins next month. There was also cup final heartbreak for a couple of other Army Rugby League stars in the Challenge Cup final. Beth Dainton and Jenna Greening both started for Leeds Rhinos in the first ever women's final played at Wembley, with Tara Moxon on the bench. Unfortunately, they lost to St Helens 8-22. Military triathlete Kat Matthews says she's fallen in love with the sport all over again following her 7th place at the PTO US Open in Milwaukee. The Army captain is continuing her long recovery from a life-threatening bike accident last year. Her next target is a podium place at next weekend's Ironman 70.3 World Championships in Finland. And congratulations to able seaman Ken Harris, who had a successful Judo Commonwealth tournament in South Africa. Competing in 2 events, the Master and the Senior, he returned with gold and silver medals. Harris narrowly lost in the final round of the Senior event to an Olympian who competed in the Tokyo Games in 2020.
Turn this slow ball to quick ball. James Dixon's pass, and there's a score there. He's gone over on the short side. I've done exactly what the Georgians have been able to do. So they've kept it tight, they've got over. Drive, now the power, and it's another try. That's tremendous running and support play.
With the Lionesses down under and the Red Roses in South Africa, 2023 has seen another banner summer for women's sport in the UK. The Army are also continuing that trend with the formation of their first ever women's ice hockey team.
Some of the women on this camp have already played for their cap badge teams, and I met a few of them on previous like learn to play camps and at competitions, and we got talking and we realised, why does the Army not have a female team, so let's form one. Yeah, I think it's really important because a lot of people, the Army gets a lot of publicity, and we lead the way in a lot of things. So it's very, very important for the women in the Army to be able to play, given the same opportunities as the men, and this is what we've done here.
To build a team, you need players, and that was the aim of this 2-day trials in Chelmsford and Cambridge. Players from all sorts of ice hockey experience took part.
It's been brilliant. So I've put ice skates on a couple of times before, sort of when I was a child, but I've never played ice hockey. But it's been really, really good so far. I was quite nervous at first, but once you get stuck in, then it's just been absolutely great.
Any falls?
A couple. But, I was told if you're not falling, you're not learning, so there we go.
I've played ice hockey for a couple of years, predominantly on men's teams, so it's absolutely great that there's so many girls that came up and wanted to try. And sometimes it takes people a wee while to find their ice shoes, essentially, but the girls have come on and they've been honestly incredible. Some of them have taken it, they've never been on skates before, and last night we managed to play a game and it was great. Like, the girls put so much work into it and it was really good to see the progress.
The British Army Blades, the current open team, are the reigning inter-services champions. They dominated in Sheffield earlier in the year. So what's the meaning of success for this women's team? Bragging rights over the RAF.
Yes, so actually the Army Fury was discussed at an RAF Pumas learn to play, and we were like, well, if the RAF can do it, why can't we? So this is where the idea came from, and why don't we start our own women's team? The RAF have been great, they've really supported us, but I'd really like to beat them next time we can get a team.
That Air Force clash could happen as early as the 2024 inter-services, another marquee matchup in military women's sport on its way.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Gale, deployed in Germany, and I'd like to wish the Lionesses the best of luck for the World Cup final. Come on, England!
I'm Lance Corsoon Wright. I'm currently deployed in Germany. I would like to wish the very best of luck to Lionesses for the World Cup 2023. Let's go, Lionesses!
I'm Corporal Holloway and I'm currently deployed in Germany. I'd like to wish the very best of luck to the Lionesses in the World Cup final. Let's go!
I'm leading writer Lex Underdown and I'm here out in Bahrain as part of UKMCC, and we'd like to wish the Lionesses all the best of luck for the World Cup final. Good luck, Lionesses!
From all here on HMS Medway down in the Falkland Islands, we wish the Lionesses the very best of luck this weekend. Good luck, girls, it's coming home.
Good luck, Lionesses!
On behalf of the whole force community at the British Forces South Atlantic Islands in the Falklands, we want to wish the Lionesses the best of luck with the World Cup. Come on, girls, it's coming home.
I'm Flight Lieutenant James Langan, and all the way from RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus, we want to say best of luck to the Lionesses this weekend.
Hi, I'm Squadron Leader Jenny Gregory, deployed here at RAF Akrotiri, and I'd just like to wish the Lionesses the best of luck this weekend.
Hi, I'm Claire, based at RAF Akrotiri, and I'd like to wish the Lionesses all the luck for this weekend.
I'm Sub-Lieutenant Sinnott.
And Sub-Lieutenant Hill.
And we're here in Florida on HMS Dauntless.
And we wish the Lionesses the best of luck in the final.
Welcome back to our live coverage on Forces News of the IDRC pool match between UCAF and Tonga. It's UCAF 26, Tonga 0 at the break, and heading into the second half. And of course, yes, a shout out to the Lionesses playing tomorrow. Plenty of predictions from some of the UCAF players in training camp. So go to our Forces News socials and you can check some of that out as well. UCAF looking to build on the advantage. We've really got an embarrassment of riches in terms of the commentary today, because now I'm joined by two more of the UCAF players, Nathaniel Titcher-Jones and Ben Chambers as well. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Afternoon, buddy. Very well. Enjoying yourself?
I'm sure you're enjoying this.
Yeah, it's a good first half at the minute for the UCAF boys. Hope we can build on it in the second half.
More open rugby to come in these conditions?
Yeah, I think if we can get some results from the set piece, the scrum and the lineouts, I think we'll get some real reward off those. We start getting on top of them towards the end of the second half, first half, sorry, and just to start building on that.
Absolutely, and Tonga get us back underway with the restart. Taken in by Forbes. Oh, and he's got a bit of space to work with up the middle here, Forbes. Can he get away to Kakao? Yes, he can. And Rudder on the outside. Taken into contact. And too good. Oh, and just fumbled there. On the... But, nope, Tongan penalty. Tongan penalty here. How important is it to obviously keep going with that momentum and not give Tonga a chance to come straight back into it here?
Yeah, I'm sure if you give them any opportunity, these guys will take it. They're quite clearly a well-structured side. Powerful runners.
Yeah, and they're looking to kick it to the corner here. They've got the penalty. That's just a bit of a slice, unfortunately for Tonga. But it's into touch nonetheless. And still outside the UCAF 22. So what was the key at half-time for the boys? What was said? I mean, it's obviously a great start, but key not to get carried away.
Yeah, I think if we can just cut some of the little offloads out that we're trying, and just build on the phases, really. I don't think we've got past three phases. Once we get past into those 3 or 4 phases, the space will come up and it'll really open gaps within the Tongans.
Do you think the boys are maybe playing a little bit quickly at times, or in that first half? Do you think so?
Yeah, I think we've probably tried to play a bit too freely rather than playing a bit more structured that we will probably benefit from playing when we're playing against the Tongans.
Yeah, Reeve with the clearance.
Just stop forcing them offloads and
goes into the goal area. And is it going to be dead? Yeah, looks like it. So they'll come back there. But yeah, you don't want to give them the chance in the counter attack, as you say. I mean, it's they're a dangerous unit.
Yeah, I think if you give any of their back three any open space, I think they'll back their chances of making sort of 50, 60 yards down the pitch.
How much of a chance have you had to analyse them? You know, we talk about how much time there is between UCAF games. You play a lot of single service rugby. So how easy has it been to look at the Tongan side and the sort of rugby that you expect?
Well, I don't think we've really done any specific stuff looking at them, really. But most of our sort of gameplay is really to do with our structure. So if we're a structured team, we know the Tongans might not necessarily be like that. So we just got to stick to our platforms, really, I think, and we'll be absolutely fine.
Yes. And Tonga get the ball out there from the scrum and just move it through the hands. And they get it out to Maululu there on the left-hand side, on the wing, and taken down by Rudder. And it's good defence from UCAF. Yeah, so they will have scrum right in the right-hand side of this pitch, very close to the touchline. And the backs get ready. Obviously, with all the training you guys have done as a squad, I mean, how important might the depth of the squad be when it comes to the games coming thick and fast, right? Georgia midweek, Spain next weekend.
Yeah, I think from the last game we played at Northern England, there's still a few boys that have come in this week, or the last 2 weeks really, so it's still working on combinations still. Some boys have obviously been from the three services, haven't played with each other before, and it's understanding how each player plays, their habits and stuff like that really. And the more we get on into the tournament, partnerships will grow.
Yeah, for sure. And Tonga there with the penalty. UCAF just with a little bit of frantic play at the moment. Tonga's looking to kick it up the field. Tavita Tuuta. And that's a fairly low kick, but gets into the touch, does the job. What's the atmosphere been like then, gents, in camp? Because I imagine, you know, team selected, but long before that, you know, you're going to be playing in the tournament. It's just a case of being itching really to get started.
Yeah, the camp's going well. Obviously, UCAF have known this is coming on for a while, really, even before the inter-services. It's good to be out here now that we're out here. We've had a week just before in Temerera in Portsmouth, but to be out here now and training in the heat really helps us as well.
Yeah, for sure. And Tonga move it through the backs.
The boys are really bonded, actually, so it's been really nice to all be out here together and socialising as well as the on-pitch stuff. It's been really good.
Yep. And Tonga just looking to introduce a bit of flair on the left-hand side. They can't quite get around the corner. Williams with a good tackle there. Late replacement for Solidrau Radianarova. Due to a hamstring strain. And nice, of course, to see the turnout today. It's a pretty loud crowd here.
Yeah, it's good. They've just watching the Australia-France game earlier on, and they had a good crowd as well. By all accounts, they've sold out most of the tickets for most games, I think.
Yeah, and the result from that early kickoff, France, the hosts, beat Australia 31 points to 8 in that match.
They seem to have advertised the tournament really well in all the local villages with all the posters and...
Oh, for sure. Yeah, a lot of local people coming out, it seems, today as well. And maybe some of that hype before the Rugby World Cup next month is helping, obviously, in the same country, in France. UCAF with the put into the scrum. That's a huge drive there from the UCAF pack. That's massive. Yeah, advantage coming. Ooh, and that's an interesting little ball there. Can Reese get to it? Just up the right-hand side. Not quite. No, the ref brings the players back. Number 4 there for Tonga. It's a nice Haunga on the floor.
Yeah, it's nice to see there that UCAF, we kept the ball in a bit longer there. The first half, I think maybe we probably pulled the ball out a bit too early. I think we'll get real reward on it if we keep the ball in and get the penalties from the scrums.
Yeah, because that pack is getting good driving mauls and good sort of gain line advantage there, aren't they?
Yeah, and especially with them, all the Tongans are going to tire into this game. I think we're just going to see it get more results from that.
Yeah, it could open up a lot. And Davis here looking to put it deep into the Tongan half. As they line out. Ladola with the ball, just waiting to throw it into line out. So you can't line up. And it goes to Forbes at the back. And Dawson holds on to it actually and gets through. Dawson with the break, through to Manning. And Tonga have just taken it there with the interception. They boot it up the pitch. Rudder in hot pursuit with Reeve, the fullback. And Will Reeve has it. And does well to get past that chasing Tongan defence. Oh, and up the left. No, the ref's calling back. It's gone forward, has it?
Yeah, the space well identified by Ellen Jay Toogood there, putting him in the space.
Been waiting to get that one out there. It's great to see the atmosphere in the squad, isn't it? And obviously some of those rivalries too, single service rivalries, forwards and backs, I guess, as well. How good is it to know each other's strengths when it comes to having seen each other or played against each other before?
Yeah, it's good when we play against each other in the services. We don't really see what the individuals are like on and off the pitch, but when we're all out here, I say we're all a good bunch of lads. We're all getting on all right, mixing in between the three services.
Yeah, penalty to UCAF. Yeah, just building into the second half. They want to get themselves on the board if they can again soon and push that advantage further. 26-0 at the moment. Just under 50 minutes played. UCAF with kick through Davis. And puts it into touch. Maybe another UCAF line out. A replacement for Tonga. Number 20, Tavita Lama coming on. And also for UCAF ringing the changes. Too good off for Mikey McDonald. And Ladola's coming off as well. Sai Ladola, the hooker. As is Manukau, number 8. And taking by Hasten, second row.
Yeah, we just brought Bolladau on now. He's going to be a bit of a man to stop.
Going to be a bit of a handful, Bolladau. Oh, it's just gone forward there. Now the penalty there for Tonga. Important to keep your cool in these moments. Obviously in the heat and the heat of the match too. You don't want to give Tonga too many opportunities to come back into it at this stage if you're UCAF. They're going to go for goal, it seems. Take a kick at goal. Try and get themselves. The kicking tees just coming out. Try and get themselves on the scoreboard. And work their way back into this match somehow. Tavita Tuota with the attempt. Chance for 3 points here for Tonga. Yeah, he's kicking it off the floor here. He's not opted for a tee. It's something you don't see very often nowadays. It's a bit of a throwback to days where you got a bit of sand out on the ground and or someone to hold it. But no, nevertheless, here he goes. It looks as if it's going to be a bit short. Yep, taken by Reeve. And oh, he sliced that clearance. He sliced that clearance and a touch. So Tonga have an opportunity here in the UCAF 22 to have a pop at the try line. But we've got to complete the line out first. Michael Villa with the ball, waiting for the rest of his forwards really to come forward. Taking their time. And they take it cleanly. They're setting up a maul, looking to push forward. It's down to the ground now. A ruck. And they try and get it out there to the forwards. They get some ball going forward if they can. Nope, they move it the other way. And number 20, Tavita Lama, getting the ball out there. It's number 8, Ngamisi Toa, the vice captain, one of the 2 vice captains in the Tongan side. And they move on. And they keep on pushing. Not making a huge amount of ground here, Tonga, but they still have possession. Has advantage, and he blows up for the Tongan penalty. Yep, that was coming. So here they go, up the middle with Lama, and they bring it back at the bottom of the ruck. The forwards try and pile on and drive their way towards that try line for what would be their first score of the game. They ship it out wide. That's quite an ambitious pass there out the wide. Yep, Tonga. And they're just in touch on the right-hand side. Not far from scoring there. Not far there for Malulu, but he's they go back. Another infringement. UCAF. Captain Dave Manning getting a bit of a talking to from the ref. Got to keep their discipline here, Titch.
Yeah, I think maybe we're just not being quick enough to roll away on the breakdown there. The defence is good. But the emphasis on is we've really got to roll away once we made that tackle.
Yep. And how close can they get? Have they got there?
As you can see again, another Nadola's there just got done for the same thing for not rolling away.
Yeah, same again. Now how close can they get it? It's advantage, still advantage to Tonga. They're claiming they've got it down. And the ref says no. Well, the ref's
looks like we might be in trouble here.
It's going to be a yellow. It looks like it could be a player in the sin bin here for UCAF. Yep, it's a yellow for Laudola, the hooker. Not rolling away there. I mean, it's been coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, the last couple of breakdowns there, we're getting pinged for that.
Yeah. And Tonga very, very close indeed to scoring. And they keep pushing it through. They've got there. Yep, Tonga have their score. First try for them in this pool match, the IDRC. 26-5, so finally in the scoreboard. 55 minutes, just a bit over that, gone in this game so far. But I guess that's the consequence of ill discipline there, really, for UCAF.
No, exactly that. It was a great cover tackle in one of the previous phases on the edge, but it was short-lived by bringing it back for that penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've not really come out the second half. We finished the first half on a good note, and we've sort of come out a bit slow really at the second half. But hopefully the boys can step it up and start getting that scoreboard ticking over again.
If you go into half-time 26-0 up, is it, I guess, in some ways more difficult to motivate yourself? It shouldn't be, really, should it? But is it trickier than it might be if it were very close at half-time?
No, I think that can be the case sometimes. You don't want it to be the way, but I think sometimes that can start creeping in. It's then down to the individuals to sort of change that mindset.
Yeah.
And then when the people come on, the substitutions and the finishers come on, then they have to change that as well.
Yeah, for sure. And Tonga's attempt here. Ooh, Crowley wasn't far away there, trying to charge it down, but they've got the conversion. And it's 26-7. UCAF 26, Tonga 7 in this pool match here in Fougères. And we're getting a few changes here. I see Jack Johnson coming on, number 22. And Stefan Rees coming off, inside centre.
So I think we're probably looking at JJ moving into 12 now with Steph coming off.
Yeah. What does he bring, Chamber? I mean, he's obviously been chomping at the bit, I'm sure, sitting off there in the sidelines, waiting to get off. But Davis is coming off as well. So what are his skills that you expect him to use here?
JJ's a great player. He's got great vision and he's got a great boot as well. He brings a bit of calmness as well to the team.
Yeah, and it's him with the restart, kicking off into Tonga. And we'll take it through there. Captain Kayo Nunu. Oh, that's a nice sidestep there. Very nice feet. McDonald gets it out. One of two brothers in this squad, Mikey and his brother Cam, both in the UCAF setup. And Crowley gets it out. Oh, and they've got men here. And have they got? And they get it through. Oh, it's a fantastic try there. Or have they? Yeah, fantastic score.
Yeah, great try, great offload.
Beautiful up the left, wasn't it?
Yeah, good little passage of play that there with the big man Boller down finishing it.
So as you say, it's going to be a handful.
I think that started from a nice Cam McDonald break in our half. Some great footwork and a great bit of power coming through there as well.
Yeah, he's quick, Cam McDonald. Hard to stop as well, for different reasons. At this point in the game, that the finishers are just crucial, aren't they? As you say, fresh pair of legs, each one of them, coming on in the heat. And they've, of course, seen what's been going on. They've had the chance to see what Tonga are all about as well.
Yeah, especially in this heat. It's pretty warm out there. Even such as here, it's pretty warm. Can't imagine what it's like out there running around in there today.
There's a bit of a greenhouse effect, I think, up in this stand. Definitely is warm. And UCAF, can they make it? 33, no, not quite. That kicks just wide. 31-7 to UCAF. Just under an hour played.
So I think we've got JJ at 10 now. With Will moved to 12, and then Cam McDonald's come to the back at 15.
Yeah. And it's obviously a great quality that some of you backs have the ability to play in different parts of the pitch. Well, the crowd really getting into it here. They've seen some fantastic rugby, from both sides now that Tonga are on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a change in the front row as well. There's, Gareth Smith and Kyle Beasley just having a warm-up down the bottom there.
And both of those men with plenty of experience.
Yeah, both of them have been around the Navy squad and the Army squad for a fair few years now.
Yeah, two characters, that's for sure. But it's Tonga who'll throw into this line out. Number 2, Michael Villa again with the ball. How much energy can they summon up in the last quarter of this match? UCAF have taken it. The ball goes back. McDonald herring after it. Oh, just wide of rudder. But he does gather in the end and sees what he can do in midfield. Out to Reeve, who switched to 12. Oh, and that's a big pass. It's huge out to Crowley. Dancing feet again. We've seen that in this match. Quite a bit, really, from him. The left winger. He's just taken into contact, and McDonald gets that out. Roberts there, big hit, just spills away. Just Dave Manning there.
Yeah, good attack there by the UCAF boys. Seem to be running out a little bit of space just on this near side then.
Yeah. But they're looking to play. It's not good enough. 31-7. You've got to keep pushing, and of course, if you just decide to consolidate, then Tonga have every chance of that counter-attack that we've seen from them.
Yeah, and it's obviously in the group stage as well, but from this it goes on points, and obviously the bonus points for the tries as well. So, you know, it'd be good to build up a good score here and take that into the rest of the games in the groups.
Yeah, for sure. Georgia on Wednesday and Spain next Sunday, which will of course be bringing you live as well as this game. A little conference between the forwards there. Some of the new fresh legs on in the pack for UCAF. So what are you expecting to see then, Titch, this last quarter of the match? Well, last 15 minutes almost.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can build on that points board. I'd like to think the Tongans might tire a little bit, obviously with the fresh legs coming on now.
Oh, JJ up the middle. Yeah, just showing what those fresh legs can do. Finding space. Oh, that's it's thunderous again, isn't it? Tongan penalty. It's another missed opportunity for UCAF.
Looks like we got Jay Toogood up here.
Yes, we're joined by scrum half Jay Toogood. Started the match and now off. Good to see you, mate. How are things out there? Because I tell you what, it's hot up here. What's it like down there on the pitch?
It makes the ball fairly greasy, I can tell you that. Yeah, it is really hot. The heat does get to you. I think obviously, as you can see, we've had a few drop balls, a few missed offloads. I think that probably is the heat getting to everyone a bit. We are getting a bit excited when we're going forward. So, but we'll fix that for next game.
Well, it's clear to see why you're excited. I mean, obviously that advantage of 24 points at the moment. But as you say, with the ball potentially a bit, or even hands a bit greasy in the sweat, is it important just then to build through the phases and try not to play too quickly?
Yeah, I definitely think that as obviously we are making a lot of yards going forwards, we do need to look after our own ball. Obviously, when we come against probably a lot stronger side, I do think that these little mistakes will punish us. So I think we do, when we're going forward, just be patient, look after the ball, and we'll probably build a bigger score.
Right, yeah. And you've been building up to this for so long. How much fun is it out there?
For me personally, I was a bit nervous coming into the first game, and I think as soon as I've got out there and we get our hands on the ball actually playing against tough opposition, I'm loving it. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, it's fantastic, really, and we're seeing the making potentially of another opportunity for UCAF. It's Reeve, middle. Major Will Reeve. And McDonald gets back. But no, Tonga have the penalty. Well, what was said at half-time? I mean, you go in with such a good advantage. How important is it then to keep that focus? What was in the dressing room at half-time?
Obviously, we said a few pointers that we'll obviously keep to ourselves so that other teams, if they end up looking, don't get a hold of.
Very important.
But yeah, but I just said, well, as a team, we said not to get bored of the way we're playing, be happy, don't rush anything, and the bigger score will come.
Absolutely, yeah. And how much of an impact is that crowd having? Because they're getting louder, aren't they? I mean, how much of you, obviously you're in the zone, I imagine, out there in the pitch, but how much of it can you hear and feed off, I suppose?
Truthfully, I don't know what all the boys think. For me personally, I can't actually hear the crowd at all when I'm playing. I get quite zoned in.
Yes.
But obviously, since coming off, the crowd is a good entertainment. And obviously, when Tonga scored, it was nice to see him get a big cheer.
Yeah, great to see so much following.
Yeah.
For this tournament. Tonga here with the line out. Just ahead of halfway. And that's a bit scrappy. Yeah, it's gone on the floor there. Williams in hot pursuit. Can I get there, Mark Williams? Yes, he can, and it's another try for UCAF.
Yeah, good.
Another brilliant play there, and well collected in the end.
Yeah, good pressure from the line out there with the back line, putting the pressure on their attack there, caused the mistake, and a good chase there by Mark.
Yeah, he's played well, obviously coming through for Radianarova, who has the injury. So, yeah, it must feel good for him being on the pitch today, a bit of a late change.
Yeah, I don't know. Being a late change, obviously it's the mindset from the morning when you wake up. It's, you know, getting prepped for the game, it's all a bit different, and then getting pulled in last minute. But yeah, he's done well since he's been on there. Slightly out of position in the centre as well. I think he's more of a fullback.
Yeah, it's that ability to be a utility back, I suppose, and play all over the pitch.
Yeah, being so universal and being that utility player is so important when it comes down to selection.
Yeah. Another chance to add 2 points. Can he get it? Oh, yes, he can. Yes, he can. And UCAF add to their points. That's 38-7 to UCAF. Just under 68 minutes gone here in Fougères in the pool stage of the International Defence Rugby competition in France.
Yeah, scoreboard's looking pretty rosy for UCAF now.
Yeah, building that confidence really among the squad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good to get all the boys on the pitch now and get the first game underway. We've still got a few boys to come out yet. We've got Imi coming back from Fiji at the minute, so he's a good addition to have.
Yeah. McDonald under that one. Cam McDonald. It's a clearance. And good clearance in the end. Cam McDonald, of course, hat-trick scorer for the Army in a losing cause against the Navy at Twickenham in the inter-services back in May.
Yeah, he took his chances very well in that game. Great performance from him.
Yeah, bad luck the Army in that one.
Yeah, it's terrible news.
Yeah, cheers you too.
Now, ball's gone forward, and the result will be a Tonga put into the scrum.
It's the first scrum now for the replacement front row. Fresh legs on. See if we can get some reward from this scrum.
Yep. And having that experience, obviously, with Roberts and Smith in the front row, and Dave Manning as well. That's key because it's a critical area these days, obviously with scrums and we see plenty of penalties for things not quite going your way in there.
Yeah, it can be a real weapon, especially if you've got a dominant pack. I mean, we've got some sizable blokes in the second row as well, which is always a benefit as well when you've got a big 6'5", 6'6" behind you.
Yeah. Tonga get the penalty, and they look to take it quickly, but the ref just stops him there as Beasley gets to his feet.
Yeah, penalty against Beasley there, I think, going to deck.
Yeah, look to hit the corner with this one. And they find it. What a kick that was. What a touch finder that was. They're only a metre or two away from the try line. And another opportunity for the Tongans. Just under 10 minutes to play. What's the key here, Chambo? Obviously the backs, we look at the forwards, but what about the backs in defence? Because they don't want to get sucked in too much, do they, to be close to the pack here?
No, exactly that. They've got to keep their spacing right and their width right, and that comes really from the man on the edge.
Yeah, and the Tongans, well, they're very, very close here. And they've got the penalty, the advantage. Now there's the penalty. And a penalty try. And it looks like, yep.
Bodies everywhere, it looks like, at that ruck.
Yep,
seems to, when they get in R22 in that same position when they scored their last try, they seem to cause a few problems, especially with that driving maul off the back of the line out.
So that's a not a penalty try there, is it? Yeah. 38-14 to UCAF.
Looks like Alex has got the yellow card there as well for the team, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Alex Hayton in the second row, getting a yellow card. That infringement. Just over 72 minutes played, and UCAF still comfortably in front, but giving away those 2 tries in the second half, so it's 38-14 to UCAF. UCAF with the throw. Up goes Forbes, and gets out to McDonald, and JJ in midfield. Oh, and Williams, oh, he's stopped fairly comprehensively there in midfield. But it's now with Cam McDonald. Ooh, it looks a little high. Challenge.
Have to give the penalty on that one there.
Yep. And out again to JJ. Oh, and that's unfortunate there.
Great vision from JJ with that lofted pass there, though.
Yep. Yeah, he's willing to try things this late stage of the game, isn't he?
Yeah, I think we've got a comfortable lead now, so as long as we stick to our structures and not go too off script, we should be all right.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be able to come away with work-ons and still win the game. I know there's still 7 minutes to go, but to have work-ons and still win the game is so important.
That's the ideal, isn't it? Yeah. Things to improve upon in training, but getting that confidence.
Yeah, I think tomorrow the coaches will have a look at the game, we'll get some analysis done, and then Monday, Tuesday we'll work on the points that have been raised ready for the game on Wednesday.
Yeah. Johnson into the corner. We've just over 5 minutes still to play here in Fougères.
Yeah, we're in a good position here to get some good phases together here in a set play potentially.
Well, you want to finish the game on a good note, don't you? Especially giving away a couple of scores. You want to make sure that you're ending with that momentum. Forbes again, the line out. No, McDonald's taken down. That's a good tackle. No, or is it?
Yeah, it looks like another high tackle.
Another high one, yeah.
It wasn't Mikey McDonough, who is about 4 foot tall, so...
So make it more difficult then. And the ref just chatting to his assistant. Yeah. I'm just waiting to see what the result of this will be. It looks as if a Tongan player is going to get a word from the ref here. He's reaching for his pocket. Yep, that's a sin bin. That's 10 minutes off for that challenge. Yeah, it's not a yellow card in this game. Just a bit of ill discipline towards the end of the match.
Yeah, I think we're still playing with the tackle height of just below the shoulders. It hasn't been moved down to the sternum in this tournament. So
yes.
I think if it was brought down to that height, I think there'd be a few yellow cards.
Yeah, a lot of talk at the moment, of course, in terms of tackle height in rugby, and the governing bodies looking at that very, very closely. A lot of challenges coming in quite high.
So coming to this tournament, we weren't sure if those new rules were actually going to be implied or not. So we came with sort of both views in mind. Is it not? Is it going to be put in there?
Well, that doesn't help at all, does it, in terms of
that uncertainty? Definitely not.
Oh, they switched the other way. McDonald to his brother. Oh, and Cam McDonald in here. Is Forbes going to get a hat-trick? Oh, that's a fantastic feeling for him. The big blind side. 3 tries in this match. Kieran Forbes. What a wonderful score that was in the right-hand side. And switching up the other side, the McDonald brothers helping to put him in there.
Yeah, good tries. I think he's catching up with the leading try scorers, I think. Is he, Jambo?
I believe so, unfortunately, yeah.
I'm sure there's a fair bit of talk when the forward gets in there as the top try scorer or close to it.
Emphasis on close to it at the moment, I think.
Close to the capital C, is it? Only got just a few minutes left to play in this match. And what a scintillating game we've seen. Chris Hewitt on YouTube saying he's watching from Newbury in the UK, and it was a pleasure to have some of the UCAF team come into our offices and talk about rugby. Well, that's another lovely message on our YouTube channel, Forces News YouTube, where we're live. Oh, and Dawson here with some break.
Oh, lovely offload.
To Reeve, and out to Crowley again. Just chips it on. And Tonga have gathered it. We'll try and clean it up there, but there's a lot of pressure from UCAF.
Got another good platform here to attack off this line-up.
Absolutely. And if you are watching in Tonga, or indeed Fiji, as we know some of you are, well, hope you're enjoying your start to your day with us live. This match here in France. And hopefully you've got a nice cup of coffee to go with it. UCAF with the line out again. McDonald to Johnson. Ships it back there really to no man's land, and McDonald has to go back. And Cam McDonald does well, actually gets it out to Rudder. What can he do with his step? Oh, Williams. Oh, he's bundled into touch. That ball's gone out. Just under a minute to play. We'll get some final thoughts from you two gents shortly, just as we finish. It's been a wonderful match for all those watching, and indeed here in the stadium too. Plenty of tries, plenty of action. There's our one final score in it. Tonga with the ball now. And the clock's gone red. But McDonald has it on his far side. Can they launch one final opportunity and add a few more points to that very impressive score for UCAF? McDonald again. Oh, he darts inside. That's lovely from McDonald. Penalty to Tonga. As we are in the final moments of this match. Oh, have they a bit of space up the left, Tonga? And they get the offload in. They can't quite continue that phase. But UCAF try to do the same up the left. Try and counter here. Crowley, he's been quick all game. Oh, there's a challenge that
looked nasty.
The referee will be looking at there. That was not nice.
That wasn't a nice tackle.
That was unpleasant there. And you could see that it was at pace, which made it look even worse. It seems to be okay. Hopefully he's getting to his feet. It was not pleasant, that challenge. Ref will be no doubt having a word. He's reaching for his pocket again.
Yeah, might see a different colour here.
Yeah, I think so. May see red, and we do see red. Yep, well, that's not the way Tonga would want to finish this match. We talk about ill discipline and we talk about tackle height, but no tackle height is going to allow for that.
I think the Islanders, especially in the forces, they do tend to have a higher tackle height, even playing within the army and in the services. So it's it's not uncommon for them to come with that sort of tackle ill discipline.
Yeah. Well, UCAF have what you'd think would be a final opportunity here. Score another try. Have kicked the ball into touch, so they've line out. Ball's gone forward there. But that's full time, and what a result for UCAF as they start their campaign in this IDRC 2023, 43-14, beating Tonga in this first match. Just a final thought from you two gentlemen, and thank you for joining me as well. Titch, that was a pretty good performance.
Yeah, it was a good performance. Obviously, it's our first game in the group stages. Still bits to work on. We've got a few days now to work on those, ready for the next game for Georgia. They're going to bring a different mentality to our next fixture.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chambo, you know, obviously a statement win there, really. It'll go out, I'm sure, to the rest of the competition.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's some spells out there where we look really good, some nice free-flowing rugby. There's still a lot for us to work on, which is actually more exciting for us, I think, than if we just came and sort of blew them away. So yeah, really good. Looking forward to Wednesday now. Yeah, we're all looking forward to Wednesday, which of course you can catch live with us on our Forces News YouTube channel. That's the second pool match for UCAF against Georgia. Thank you to my co-hosts, co-commentators here, Nathaniel Titchard-Jones and Ben Chambers. So enjoy later and catch you soon. But yeah, to all of you watching wherever you've been around the world, thank you very much, and we'll catch you again on Wednesday.
What a great comeback by UCAF Forces.
UCAF hit back with their second try.
Beautiful try for the UCAF Forces.
Now the power, and it's another try.